Okay. Okay, so welcome again to Wellness Wednesday, and John 10:10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. But I am come, which is Jesus, that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. A disclaimer today. This presentation is for education purposes and not meant to replace the advice of your medical profession, no, your GP or your nutrition, your dietitian in this sense. It is not to be construed as a diagnosis, prescription, or treatment of disease. God is responsible for the results of obedience to his lifestyle plan. The receiver or receivers or user or users of this information must assume all risk personally for the use or misuse of these information. Therefore, this disclaimer serves as notice to the receiver or receivers that he or she is free to seek medical attention, advice, treatment, and diagnose from a licensed medical personnel. Okay, so we're gonna continue on the 8 natural laws of health. We started a few weeks ago on nutrition, and then we break down. We're going to nutrition still, just breaking it down. Okay, so we established that the 8 laws of health, they are nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. New start. And we also established that nutrition is the study of how food and drink affects our bodies, with special regards to the essential elements necessary to support human health. And these nutrients we spoke about are carbohydrates, fats, fiber, minerals, proteins, vitamins, and water. And in order to have good nutrition, we have to have a balance of all these nutrition in our diet. We also spoke about carbohydrates and fats, and now today we are going to speak about fiber. And this fiber is also known as dietary fiber. So what is dietary fiber? It is a type of carbohydrate that the body cannot digest. And it's mainly found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. So how does this help us? How does it function in our body? So for our blood sugar control, the fiber helps to regulate our blood sugar levels. It acts as a filling agent, so it stays longer in our system, and so it would prevent the rapid spike and crashes. So especially for people who are diabetic, this is especially for them. And even those of us who are not diabetic, to our blood sugars could go very low as well. And so we have to be mindful of that. And sometimes that could be one sign of, we are pre-diabetic, or we must check and to find out if, we are diabetic. so we can act quicker we act, it's better for us. Most carbohydrates break down into sugar molecules, as we said 2 weeks ago. And the molecules such as glucose, and we know glucose is very important, for our blood sugar levels. So because it does not contain sugar, the fiber, and does not stay long in our digestive system, hence it lowers the risk of you becoming diabetic. It also prevents us as well from becoming diabetic too. We know there's two types of diabetics, type 1, who depends on insulin, and type 2, which can be preventable or can be reversed. So a diet rich in fiber may lower the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Also, dietary fiber support our gut health. It remains undigested and pass through the digestive system and acts as a broom to sweep our colon. So it will have less fat or no fat at all in the fiber. So it helps to push the food that we eat out of our colon. And sometimes we if we don't have enough fiber in our diet, then we start having, constipation, irregular bowel movements, and all these things can also lead to colorectal cancers of the colon and of the bowel as well, because food can be staying in our colon, in our digestive tract, and they can ferment. And also depends on what we eat. Like if we eat meat, it could stay in our colon, and like pockets in our colon stay there and it rots, and then it can cause cancer. You can put, if you leave a piece of meat outside, or chicken or any dead flesh, you leave it outside the fridge for a few days, and you would see how that would rot, and you would notice as well how the smell. So that's what happens sometimes in our colon. If we don't eat enough fiber, we won't sweep our guts properly. And two, if we don't take regular bowel cleanse or colon cleanse, pieces of food or meat or whatever could lodge in our colon, and it stays there, and it cause serious problem for us. So there are two types of dietary fiber. There is the soluble fiber, and this type of fiber dissolves in water, and it forms like a jelly-like substance. So foods rich in the soluble fiber would include your oats, your beans, your lentils, and your fruits like apples and citrus fruits. Then insoluble fiber, it's the opposite of the soluble fiber. So insoluble fiber does not dissolve in water, and it passes through the digestive system mostly intact. And when we say intact, we mean undigested, like I mentioned earlier on. It works as the bulking agent, so that is to push the food down and also sweep the guts. So you will find these in whole grains, in vegetables, nuts, and good. So, and in nuts we find very good source of insoluble fiber. The benefits of this fiber: it helps in weight management. So it makes you feel very full. So when you are full, you won't be tempted to snack between meals, unless you are just you just like eating. And then if you don't snack between meals, this will help to keep the weight down. And even if you're being tempted, because when some people are stressed and they have different problems, they just tend to eat, pick and eat, pick and eat. And also depends on your job as well, especially those of us who work in the hospital. If patients bring you chocolates and all this is wrong, you sometimes you don't have the time to have your proper lunch break, and you might find you need some energy, your sugar levels going down, and you just pick on a chocolate or something, and unhealthy snacking. If you need to snack between meals, try to find healthy snacks like a fruit or piece of vegetables, carrots, cucumber, anything like that to help you gain some energy along. It is also helpful for our heart health. So it can lower our cholesterol, and that's the bad one. Lower our cholesterol levels and reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases, which will include high blood pressure as well. And because the fiber doesn't contain fats, it doesn't deposit in our arteries that would clog our arteries, and hence, causes the blood pressure to go up or causes us to have high cholesterol, and eventually we'll have heart problems. We can incorporate these fibers in our meal in different ways. We can use oats, when we can make meatloaf and we can add oats to it. When we're baking bread, we can add, like psyllium husk to it, other fiber. Instead of using the white flour to make the bread, we can use wholemeal flour, which have fiber in it as well. We could, if we are making salad, we could put some beans, toasted nuts, and seeds, essential seeds, which are very high in omega-3 and omega-6 as well. So we could put that in our salad. We could put it in our soups. We could snack on vegetables as well. We could use the vegetables to make sandwiches, and we also could use noodles and pastas, stir fry them as well. And those are ways we can incorporate some of these fibers in our diet. We could also use, our fruits to make smoothie, and use the healthy version milk, plant-based milk, instead of the cow's milk, because we know the cow's milk have lots of inflammation in it. And the calf stop drinking the mother's milk, but we, the human, we continue to feed on the cow's milk. But God made a plant for us to eat, so we should try and incorporate the plant-based milk instead of the cow's milk that is full of mucus, and especially for people who are having joint pains and immune suppression problems, like those with asthma. All these are inflammation causing, diseases, lupuses, and, arthritis. So we should, even people who are going through menopause as well, they should stay away from cow's milk, because when you start getting your hot flushes, it's like when the cow is on heat. So if you cut out your cow's milk, especially, those who are going through menopausal age or stage, and supplement it with the plant-based milk, that would help you a lot. And when we're using our fiber, don't forget to increase your intake of water or drink plenty of water. So, vegetables that are high in fibers, I'm going to give you a few of them. So it is said that vegetables are arguably the healthiest of all the food groups. of fibers. So we'll find the fibers in vegetables such as Brussels sprout, green beans, okra, spinach or switch chard, potatoes, Irish or sweet ones, asparagus, white button mushrooms, turnips, yellow sweet corn, eggplants, tomatoes, lettuce, celery, leeks, cauliflower, cabbages, beet greens, carrots, kale, antichoke, and there are two types of antichoke, the globe and the French. The globe is the one that grows on top, and the French is the one that we reap as a potato, as a root crop. Also in green peas, in squash, in lima beans or lima beans. Some people say lima, some people say lima. We also find high sources of fibers in fruits such as passion fruits, avocado, guava, raspberries, blackberries, pomegranate. And we know pomegranate is very good for our heart health as well. In kiwi fruits, in persimmons, in pears, in oranges, papayas, nectarines, peaches, pineapples, blueberries, tangerines, strawberries, cherries, apricot, banana, starfruit, apples, mangoes, grapefruit, lychee, plums, cantaloupe, grapes, and watermelon. And caution to diabetics is that be careful with your source of high fiber from fruits, because they can spike your blood sugar level. So if you eat fruits, you have to cut down the amount of fruits you eat. We know we are tempted to sit and enjoy a whole bucket of mango if we're in the Caribbean. So you would eat these fruits, but not very often or not in large quantity at one moment at the same time, and try and eat them a bit not too ripe, because the more ripened the fruit is the more sugar it would produce. On the other hand, if your blood sugar is very low, then you can eat this fruit to bring your blood sugar up naturally. Okay. So fiber found in nuts and seeds are also known for healthy heart benefits, such as omega-3 fatty acid and omega-6. So we find these nuts and seeds, such as hemp seed, dry pine nuts, cashew nuts, cashew butter, walnut, mixed nuts, almond butter and paste, boiled bread nuts, and we know back in the Caribbean, we love our bread nut in the Caribbean. In chia seed, flax seed, roasted squash and pumpkin seeds. And it's good to use the husk as well, because the husk of these seeds are very high and nutritious in fiber. It helps to sweep your digestive system. Coconut, sesame seed, almond, hazelnuts, pecans, Brazil nuts, and almost every nut you will find very high in fiber. You can use some of these nuts when you are baking as well, and even some of the seeds, the essential seeds. When I'm baking, I bake like when we are cooking, we use the ingredients to go towards some illnesses, like turmeric. It's good for inflammation. So we use chia seeds in our when we're making bread, flaxseed. sunflower seeds. So you incorporate these in different recipes. So you would have them in your meal and in your everyday eating. So you don't have to think all the time, I have to have some nuts now, or I have to have some seeds now, because they are ready in the meal that you have prepared. Also, a bit of warning, even if they are good for you, everything in moderation. You're only supposed to eat a handful of nuts and seeds. Some of us would just sit down and we just snack on the cashew nuts or the almond nuts. Although they are good for us, they could also increase our cholesterol levels, especially almond nuts. So in moderation, you just eat a handful, and a handful might be 6 or 8 nuts. So we don't just sit and snack on a whole pack of them. We also find fiber in grains, wheats, oats, and bran, and these would include whole grains of cornmeal, bulgur wheat, spelt, barley, pearl barley, quinoa, couscous, rice noodles, yellow corn, the ones with the grit, harmony corn, and those who are Jamaicans, they would know harmony corns. They make porridge with the harmony corn, brown rice, wild rice. So everything we eat, try and do it in the natural form, in the bran form or the brown form, instead of the white, because the white has been bleached and stripped of all the nutrients and of all the fibers. So it would only give us a belly full, and it would stay in our stomach and ferment. So it won't be no nutrition purposes for us at all. How much fiber is needed to provide protection against cardiovascular diseases, colon cancer diseases, and other serious health concerns? So research have shown that men need more fiber than women in order to get maximum health benefits. So I'm going to highlight to you now the amount of fiber, daily intake of fiber we need. So if you're a child between 1 and 3 years old, it is recommended that you should have 19 grams of fiber a day. Children between 4 and 8 can have 25 grams. Males between 9 and 13 years, 31 grams. Between 14 and 50 years, 38 grams. 50 years and older, 30 grams. Female between 9 and 18 years, 26 grams. 19 to 50 years, 25 grams. 50 years and older, 21 grams. If you are pregnant, and this is for the ladies, between 14 and 50 years old, yes, 14 and 15 years old, young people are having children now, and even older people are having children as well. So between 14 and 50 years old, 29 grams. And lactation between 14 and 50 years, 29 grams. So I'm going to run through the benefits of the dietary fiber again. It's help with to promote healthy weight loss. So people who are struggling with their weight, they have to look at their dietary intake. So increase the fiber in your meal plans. And so you can eat a lot of green or salads, and this would make you full. So you won't have to snack on other unhealthy foods, and also reduce the fat intake. So it also help in the diabetes, your sugar level, and your heart health. It increases the beneficiary gut bacteria, help to digest the food, reduce the risk of certain cancers, and it also promotes long life. So if you want to live longer, eat healthier, eat lots of fiber, but in moderation. And it also helps with regular bowel movement. And we know all disease start from disobedience of God's law and also from your gut. You have to clean the guts. As in a previous presentation, I mentioned about the gut health. If your body needs water, it will go to the guts to get the water. If you start feeling hydrated or you're having headache, the brain will tell the body, let's go to the gut and get some water. And if it go to the gut, there's no water, it goes to the bowel, and then it will take the water that's there from the bowel, and then that's when you feel you're constipated, because it draws the water to get to the blood so the blood could pump around your body, and then you get infected, with this um dirty water from your bowel. So gut health is very important. So regular bowel cleanse is very important for good living and longer life as well, because there is where
Amen.
all the disease would start from as well. So although the fiber is very good for us, there are also side effects of eating too much fibers. So for it will cause digestive discomfort. So it can result in over-consuming fiber, can result in bloating, gas, abdominal discomfort, and it can also irritate your digestive tract and causes cramp and diarrhea. So if you sweep your gut too much or too often, it will irritate it. It's like if you keep scrubbing one part of your skin with a scrubbing brush or something rough, you would find that it would irritate your skin. So the same thing it would do with the fiber in your digestive system as well. Some people, they refrain from eating some fiber like beans and stuff. They said it make them very gassy or very bloated, but it depends on how you prepare them as well. Some of these beans, you have to soak them overnight to get rid of the gas, and cook them a few times, throw away that water, and then, to get rid of the gas inside them as well. And it can also help to spike your blood sugar if you use too much, like the fruits. If diabetic people eat too much of the fruit, it can spike their blood sugar. So although it have it good and it good health benefits, it also could be danger as well. So everything in moderation. I'm just going quickly because I could look at the time. In conclusion, remember that both fibers plays a very important and essential role in maintaining digestive health and overall well-being. And it also helps to maintain optimum health. It's essential to include an adequate amount of fiber in your daily intake of meal. It aims for, just try to aim for a variety of fibers such as fruit, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and that would help. Also, please don't mix your fruits and vegetables together. You eat them at separate meal time, because there's a gas if you mix them together, and that's where you get your bloating from as well. So try not to mix your fruits and vegetables. Fruits that could go with your vegetables are apples and pineapples, because they help to digest. You can mix apples and pineapple with your meal, but no other fruits. So, beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as our soul prospers. So I will